Guys, and welcome to your lesson on tracking changes in comments. Alright, I am sorry I'm a little under the weather right now, which is why my voice sounds like I'm going through puberty at the moment, which, you know, is alright by me. Alright, and let's get through this real quick. This lesson is kind of the lesson that you're going to use when I return your research papers to you. You're going to notice that I have something called track changes turned on your document. And I have marked it up with all these red marks, which is called show markup. All right, and we're going to go through this right now. If you haven't already, download this little document right here, and let's go ahead and grab this bad boy and see what's in here. Okay. It's just a letter, all right, to Roger Powell. You can see we have a heading here, to whom it may concern. Thank you for the time. I don't know why these aren't indented. That bothers me. Whatever. Let's go ahead and see what it wants us to do here. If you haven't already, pause me and go ahead and watch this little video. Excuse me. And then go ahead and come back to me. All right. So this is kind of what track changes does for your document. When I look at your document, I have the option of turning on track changes and crossing things out, but it doesn't actually delete them. Instead, when I press backspace on my page, it just kind of crosses it out so you can see that I made a correction, and you'll see the correction that I made in underlined red ink. All right, track changes is actually really, really cool. So go ahead and open that document real quick if you haven't, and let's go ahead and look at some of this. Track changes is under the review tab. All right, and you're going to notice under the review tab that we have a couple of things, and mine definitely looks different than yours. The Mac version looks way different. But you'll see something over here. It's a drop down on yours called track changes. I'm going to go ahead and turn mine on. All right. And now that track changes is turned on, we can kind of mark up our document. You can see here, here's what is being shown. Right now I'm showing all markup. You have the option of turning it off and just looking at your original document by saying no document. And then you have markup options here, so you can see comments, ink, insertions, and deletions, formatting. Right now balloons are on, and you'll see them on the right hand side here as we go through this document. All right. Comments are also in balloons. All right, so let's go ahead and scroll down here. You guys need to go through this document real quick and just kind of practice on your own, and then I'm going to scroll down and do the challenge part with you. All right, and here's the track changes options. When I put together your last quiz in Microsoft Word, quiz number 3, these are some things that are definitely going to appear on that quiz. So you might want to make a little note or take a picture of that with your phone. All right, that's a little important part. And where's our challenge? We're going to go through all this stuff, don't worry, as we go through the challenge. Here we go. All right, turn on track changes and show all markup, which I think everybody's probably already is. Once you turn on track changes, I believe by default it's on all markup, but just double check that and make sure it's on all markup. In the tracking group, choose show revisions in balloons, and I think by default it's like that unless yours is different. All right, show revisions in balloons unless yours is not checked by default in Windows version of Word. You might want to put a check there. All right, in the first paragraph, edit the second sentence to read, "It was a pleasure to meet with you and tour the facility." All right, so in the first paragraph, thank you for taking time. I really enjoyed meeting with you. I was very impressed with the layout of the showroom and competence of your staff and company. I would love the chance to work. So where do we want to put that? Edit the second sentence so it reads, "It was a pleasure to meet you and tour with the facility." Okay. So this is our second sentence right here. And I'm going to go ahead and paste in my text. No, that's not what I want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and delete it so I do it the right way. All right, and you can see here that because I have show revisions in balloons, it actually comes up over here and says that I have now deleted a sentence. When I go ahead and type in this new sentence, you'll see that it says inserted. Brian Turner deleted, and Brian Turner inserted a new sentence. All right. So it was a pleasure to meet with you and tour the facility. All right. And tour the facility. All right. Just like that. And you can see the edits that I made. And this is exactly what I'm going to do to your research paper. If we change this and change our markup options, you can see that it'll actually show, instead of balloons on the right hand side, it'll show it as crossed out on the actual page. And I kind of like that better. But the directions want us to do balloons. So we're going to keep it that way. All right. In the second paragraph, change the word techniques to strategies. So let's do something else. Let's do find and replace. All right. Under the Home tab, let me open this all the way. All right. So, like I said, I want to do something a little bit different here. I'm going to use find and replace to replace the word techniques with the word strategies. So your find and replace is actually under the Home tab, and it's all the way over here to the right. And you're going to see a little drop down that says find. All right, mine's different. Type in the word techniques, and let's go ahead and find it. There should be 2 of them. All right, and we're going to replace it with the word strategies. And I'm going to say replace all. All right, just like that. And you can see here that my revisions have now been made in the little balloons. Okay, and let's see what else we got to do. Change the font of the letter to Cambria, 12 points. The font of the letter. So if you remember, one of my keyboard shortcuts that I taught you guys last week is Control A, and that will select the entire document. So when you're done writing your research paper and you're ready to like double space it and set your margins and all that stuff, which I never do at the beginning of the research paper. I worry about all that stuff until I'm done writing at the very end of my document, so I know I don't have to put in any pictures or text wrap anything or, you know, mess up my formatting in any way. All right, so they want Cambria 12-point font. All right, so let's go ahead and find it. And we want 12 points. All right, just like that. In the third paragraph, select the word thank you and insert a comment that says, put this on the same line as quality furnishings. All right, so we got to find, in the third paragraph, we got to find thank you. All right, so right there. Thank you. And what does it want us to do? And insert a comment that says, put this on the same line as quality furnishings. Okay. Put this on the same line as quality furnishings. Right click, new comment. It's also under the review tab. If you go to the review tab, you'll see comment, and you can click that. Put this on the same line as, oh, I can't remember anything. Quality furnishings. Ooh. Alright, just like that. Alright. And now you can see our page is starting to look like a teacher got a hold of it and marked it up with a red pen, and that's what Show Markup is all about. That's what it does. Alright. At this point, your letter should look something like this. Note the markup color may vary. Alright. So, now, let's go to the other side. You're the student. You've just gotten this paper back from your teacher. What do you do? Alright. Under the Review tab, you can go to Accept right here, and you can either just say accept all changes in the document and stop tracking. If you say, oh my god, my teacher's really smart, all the suggestions he made are perfect, which is what most of you guys will probably say. Or you can go one by one and just kind of look at the actual changes that I made, and you can say accept, move on to the next. All right, the underlined red ink will go away. All right, and then you can say to the next one, accept, move on to the next. All right, and then accept, move on to the next. You can see that strategies will become ununderlined. Ununderlined, if that's a word. All right, accept, move to the next. Accept, move to the next. Or like I said, you can just go accept changes and stop tracking. Okay. comments will still show up there. You got to turn off show markup. Oh, and that's a test question, I think. If that wasn't a test question on PowerPoint, that's a test question on the word test. They're going to ask you to delete all the comments. Oh, I think that was PowerPoint. You can't just delete a comment, or, you can just turn off show markup. All right, all the comments. It'd be hard to find all the comments in a 15-page document, so just turn off markup like that and say no markup at all. All right. All right, guys. So now you can see we've kind of gotten back to our original document. All right. Go ahead and turn on your track changes, and go ahead and make sure show markup is still turned on, so I can still go through the history and see all the markups and revisions in your entire paper. All right. I can go back and turn on all of this stuff. All right. So that's our lesson today. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you. Make sure you guys save this and turn it in, and I will hopefully be with you guys tomorrow.